He's doing fine. Him and Gabe are competing for that second spot. We play with one forward, and again, I still, I think Gabe right now has a little edge, and he's proven that in training, and I think in the New York game, he's scoring some goals. But it's a competition, and to us, he offers some things that Gabe doesn't, and so that's just. Because it's a forward position and there's really only one of them, I think it's a little more evident. There's other competitions going along around the field, and we're going to keep working with him. He's a great kid, and he's asking questions. What can he do to get on the field? And he's going to keep pushing and keep growing.
Perfect. And then Escobar, we've seen him being used centrally later in games. Is it possible to see him play a starting role at center back given the injuries?
Yeah, certainly possible.
Good deal. And the last one against San Diego, team that's firing on all cylinders right now. In your opinion, what's the key matchup on the field that could determine this outcome?
They're collective. They're not. This isn't a stop Gabriel Peck and you win this game type of situation. They are a unit. They're collective, in particular on the offensive side. This is about short passes and building the game. And they understand also when to play direct. And they suck you in, they bait you, and it's a very, very difficult opponent to go against. I've been very impressed with what he's done. I've been very impressed with the franchise itself, and we're looking forward to going there.
Thank you, Ben. Safe travels.
We'll go to Luis here in the room.
Coach, going back to that initial question of Kowalczyk and guys competing for minutes and stuff, where the team is at right now, is that kind of, I don't want to say the strategy you're using, but is that something that you're kind of leaning towards, getting that internal competition to try to get the best out of these guys and start getting points and stuff like that?
Well, it's a fine balance, right? You need competition, but you also need rhythm. And the only way you at times get rhythm is playing people in the same spot game after game. So you can build these little mini relationships around the field. Wide back, wide midfielder, 9 and 10, the midfield relationships. Center backs is one that has been a constant revolving door. So competition's good, but at some point we need to find who we are at our best. And again, I've voiced my, not frustration, but challenges over the last 2 months of not having that consistency, whether it's guys coming back from injury, whether it's incorporating Linger and some of these new guys. And the more injuries you get, the more, Linger's playing right center. Now he's playing on the left. Franco's left, right. So there's a lot of moving parts. And that's good to have versatility and guys that can do that. But ultimately, we need to find the best group and put them on the field together for a few weeks in a row. And I think that's when we'll be at our best.
And the last one, I hate to come in here and try to come in with a negative angle.
That's okay. We're not in the playoffs right now, so you can be negative.
Right, and taking into account that there is a slight losing streak right now. What is the positive?
What losing streak? We just won.
Well, you're right. But
we're 1-0 in the last week. Go ahead. Sorry, finish your question.
No,
Sorry.
bad. That's my mistake.
No.
I meant right before that.
Right.
But just what's the light at the end of the tunnel for you guys?
Well, the light at the end of the tunnel was we lost 3 in a row, and we showed some resiliency. We didn't play our best, but we won at home. And now to try to continue to put a streak together. We haven't had enough of that, the winning streaks this year, and that's important. Another important aspect to getting into the playoffs. You've got to put a few together. But I see, staff sees, I think the players see, light at the end of the tunnel. And I think they understand some of the challenges that we faced this year. And you guys don't even know some of those challenges. Some of those are internal, what we were doing. But we see a group out there that's talented enough. And when we finally put this thing together, I think we're going to have a chance. And at this point, maybe our expectations have changed from the beginning of the season. Okay, are we going to finish top 3? Probably not, right? But can we get into the playoffs? Certainly doable. And so those are now the expectations, and that's what we're striving for. And we'll try to go once we're in there, we'll try to keep on moving up. So we have faith. The spirit's good. The culture's solid. Guys still believe in kind of, I think, what we're doing, and we believe in their character, and we're going to add some pieces in the summer. We'll get Jack back. He's certainly a piece we've been missing. And again, some of the frustration of not having the same team over and over and over, and injuries, and now Eric, that's not been the easiest challenge for this group. And again, we're not far out of it.
All right, we'll go to Dustin. Go ahead.
Hey, Ben. I know you mentioned him briefly, but there are rumors that new contract for Jack. He gets to play in the final. I'm sure you maybe would have liked them to lose a little earlier, but playing in the final in Houston, just how important is that for Jack in his career, and how important is it to get him back eventually?
As Jack grows, we're going to grow, right? He's going to be a big part of it, and a new contract would be great if those rumors are true, to keep him here, and because we believe in him and his qualities, and anytime you go and play with the national team, you're pushed to maybe a little bit of a different level. The responsibilities there, and it's a chance for a player to grow. And hopefully that he brings that experience back here, and it just continues to be a big piece for us.
And just one more from me. I know Anders Dreyer has been the star man for San Diego. What is it about him that you have seen from him, and how important is it to shut him down tomorrow?
Well, his final ball is good, finds pockets very well, and turns and drives. He just can do a lot of different things, and his scoring ability, I think, I don't know if this is who he is. I didn't follow him before this, but if this is what he's done his whole career, if, every time he shoots the ball, it goes in, it's, I'm surprised he's at San Diego, but he's been really impressive. He's arguably one of the best players in this league in this moment, and it fits the way they're playing in a big way.
Thanks, Ben.
All right, Sam, go ahead.
Hi, Ben.
Sam?
Yeah, just like you rightly said, the team is 1-0 right now. We win at home. What a way to stop the bleed, and the team be more confident. And I want to talk about a little bit about Houston Dynamo and California team. This season, Dynamo picked 2 points away from California team, from San Jose and from LA Galaxy. What would the approach look like looking at Dynamo having good results away in California?
I don't know. I haven't thought about that, Sam. That's a good question. Yeah, hopefully it continues. I don't know if there's something to going west, or I think over the course of our tenure here, we've been okay out west. We've also eaten it a few times. I think Galaxy and some LAFC. I think we've lost there 2 times in the playoffs. So I don't know. I don't put too much into it, but now that you said that gives us a little bit more hope, Sam. Appreciate the positivity, man.
All right, let's look at meeting San Diego for the first time. It's a new team in the MLS, even though they are support in the Western Conference right now. And looking at the injury to a key piece in the defense, Eric, what is the preparation like? What is the focus like?
It's next man up. It's the same thing as we've been dealing with all year. It is frustrating, though. It's been, I'm not going to lie, that not having him this year has been tough for the players and tough for him. And that's just I guess, how some seasons go with players. And injuries lead to more injuries. That's one constant in this field. And he's had a few leading up to it, and your body's always fighting and trying to adapt, and then other things go. He hits a shot, 50-something minute with his left foot, pretty routine soccer play, and there goes his quad. So this is just, again, we talk about some of the challenges that we have to kind of overcome, and it's just how you go about those. We don't dwell on it. It's next man up. We put somebody in, and now the expectations are they do their job. We've been doing that with the center back position all year, and that has not helped this group. So, again, someone's got to take it as well. Someone's got to get in there and say, this is my job. I'd like to, I'm the guy for this job week in, week out, and that hasn't happened enough in that center back. Pablo's growing. We know we can make shift some players in there, but we need someone to come in and solidify, our defense.
All right, finally, away from the MLS, talk about the Gold Cup finals, U.S. and Mexico. Another rivalry between these two, nations. What's your thoughts on that?
They're here right now. It's nice to have the national teams here training with and there's good energy here. That, just looking at them, I think they're obviously focused in good spirits and excited to play against Mexico. And it's nice to have it in Houston. So we're going to get back, and we're scrounging tickets here for the Houston Dynamo, trying to sneak in.
I know football community is one, whether MLS, Premier League, or Europe. Yesterday, Diego Jota, Liverpool player, Portuguese player, died in his prime. I want to hear your thoughts and comments on that.
Horrific. Yeah, I do think you're right in that the soccer community, even though it's a huge community, I mean, it's bigger and more global than any other sport. And I think in some ways that's what makes it smaller, that we all connect to this running around, kicking this ball in a net. And we all grow up all over the world loving this sport. And when we see someone that is plays with such joy and happiness and is so talented, I think it breaks everybody's heart in the industry. So thoughts certainly out to his teammates and family and but we'll see. It was horrific news.
I wish I did.
All right, buddy.
Diego, go ahead.
Hey, Ben. Talking a little bit about those relationships on the field and finding those consistent balances. One of the places where we've seen a lot of switch was in the winger position. We typically see Ponce partnered up with either Linger or Vasi, but the other wing has been in rotation. Can you talk to me a little bit about what Holmes brought against St. Louis, and as Anali gets more minutes, can you talk a little bit about how he's doing? And
Well, that's up to Holmes. Is now coming off of injury and has been healthy for the last couple of weeks, so he's incorporating into this, and we're finding out each minute, each time he gets on the field, where he fits. And Linger, again, we've bounced around with different relationships. Anali's now coming back from injury, but he's 15 minutes fit, 30 minutes fit, 45 minutes fit. Now, can we push his minutes a little bit? So there's always a dance, and some of that isn't performance-based. The reason I subbed Dwayne Holmes last game at 45 wasn't because of performance. This was about getting Lawrence Anali on the field. He's going to be a big piece for this team. We all know that. We're not hiding the fact that we have needed someone that's dynamic and has real pace, isolation, ability, and just again, people to stretch the field for us. That's something we've missed, frankly, for 2.5 years. Same with when Nelson went out. Ibra gave us some of that. So it's going to continue to be that in some ways. And then when Jack comes back, then it'll be another little bit of a shift. So this is what we are right now, and that's why I talk about the challenges. And it's been fun for the staff in some ways of trying to really dissect who goes where and what relationships around them are going to make us, as I said, that best 11 going forward, so we can be the most effective squad.
And then a more lighthearted question. It's 4th of July. When the barbecue comes, what's your go-to meal? Hot dogs or burgers?
I haven't eaten meat in like 7 years. I'm that guy at the picnic that, people have to bring my own tofu burgers or something like that. So 4th of July, yeah, cookouts, I'm that guy. So I'm that guy.
Thanks, Ben. Safe travels.
See ya.
And we had a few. Someone sent a couple questions in real quick. Just aside from 3 points, what would you like to come away with from the match in St. Louis?
Good performance. Following the game plan, I think the coaches put together a good report on them and how to go about them. It's not going to be easy. We're going to have to suffer at times. They're going to have the ball. They have the ball 60% of the time on average. It'd be crazy to think that wouldn't be the case here. But we got to take care of the ball ourselves, and we have to, because of, again, the way they're committed to breaking teams down and creating opportunities is as good as anybody in the league right now. So it's impressive. I've been really impressed with what the coach has done and the buy-in. It's an expansion team, so sometimes this happens in an expansion team. I can't really remember a team, though, having this much success and putting their stamp on the game in the way they are. LA did it maybe in a different way and had a lot of success, but it was in a different way. The way they control the game on the offensive end and how consistent they've been has been pretty impressive. So,
2 Gold Cup ones, real quick. With the final here on Sunday, what are some of your favorite Gold Cup memories?
I was in a few Gold Cups, and in a similar situation where guys like Jack are not necessarily a starter, but trying to show the best I can for the upcoming bigger tournaments. And there was a Gold Cup before the World Cup, and I think it helped me show the coaching staff that year that I was belonged on that World Cup roster in Germany. And again, hopefully Jack can do it as well. But it's a great tournament if you because you're basically traveling to great cities all around this country constantly, getting the support from our fans, but also you're dealing with going to Texas and playing in front of an 80-70% crowd that's for Mexico. And that's going to be the case in Energy. And going to play Guatemala, and all of a sudden, 80% of the crowd is Guatemala, and you feel like you're away game. This is all part of it. This is all part of being play for the U.S. national team, and some of that brings resiliency to our players. It's just a unique country, and it's a unique tournament, but it's a wonderful one.
This last one here. Generally, what did it mean for you to wear the U.S. jersey when you were a player?
Yeah, it's the same as when I first put it on when I was 18 years old, as it was when I played my last time when I was playing for the World Cup team in Germany. And it's just hard to describe unless you've done it. I'd love to give you some what it feels like, but everybody talks about it. You're proud and you're humbled and all these things, but it really is something that's undescribable. And that's what makes it so special, because the guys that are representing the country, whether it was the Olympics or the World Cups, it's something that's very, very unique, and it's something they, I think we all treasure.
All right.